As I said the other day, there are 82 documented perimenopause symptoms that I was able to find across 6 books, not five. Um, what I mentioned the other day also is most doctors receive 1 to 4 hours of training on perimenopause. And let's be real, we all know that's not enough. Not enough. And if we were talking about a man's anatomy, there's a whole lot more education and knowings about them. So it's time that we change that because we are 51% of the population. Something else that's mission critical for you to know is perimenopause can start in your 30s. It doesn't have to be your 50s. When I started this research, I thought it was going to be my 50s. And then I found out it could be in your 30s. And then I found out some of the symptoms, and I was so humbled and felt so seen that I was finally not crazy that those things were occurring to me and they were perimenopause. And that is why nobody could figure it out. And that is why I wasn't dying. So today, I want to talk about mood and mental health, 8 symptoms of the 82 that are most missed and misdiagnosed by clinicians and can be some of the most devastating ones to live through. Estrogen and progesterone are not just reproductive hormones, they are neurochemical regulators. Estrogen is involved in serotonin and dopamine, your feel good hormone regulation. When it fluctuates, your system fluctuates with it. We have receptors all over our entire body. They don't just live in the uterus. Shocking, probably. I know it was for me. So, progesterone affects your GABA receptors, and GABA is your natural anxiety buffer. God knows I need some more of that because it has just poof disappeared on me. It is the same receptor that benzodiazepines target. I know, lots of big words. Hang with me. When progesterone drops in perimenopause, your built in anxiety regulation drops with it. So that's why anxiety spikes. Not a metaphor. This is chemistry. When women get antidepressants, therapy referrals, maybe it's stress, maybe it's your relationship, maybe you're not getting enough sleep. The root cause is not getting named here. This is the most dismissed clinical this is the most dismissed symptom in clinical settings. Period. End of story. So, the 8 symptoms. The first one we're going to talk about, I already just briefly mentioned, is anxiety. It's something that has been kicking my ass MMA style. Like, I haven't felt this kicked since I did MMA. And it can be new. It can be, what do you call it? Like worsening. It doesn't have to be new. It can just be that you had anxiety previously and it's getting worse. What you will can notice, what you will notice, what you can notice is that it can fluctuate and that it can be absolutely out of proportion with what is going on or the circumstances, right? So you can sometimes look at it and be like, man, this is a whole lot of anxiety for just dropping some pasta on the floor. I don't know. You know what I mean? So the feeling that something is wrong and also not being able to name what it is. Feeling like you're fine, knowing you're fine, and then all of a sudden out of fucking nowhere, you're not, and nothing happened. That's the tell. Nothing happened. Next symptom, symptom 2, panic attacks. Something that I thought was absolutely, forgive me, bogus. Didn't believe in them until very recently. And these are frequently misdiagnosed as cardiac events or an anxiety disorder. Women end up in the ER because of this. You might be one of them. This is documented again across multiple sources, and many women are known to have their first panic attack in perimenopause and have literally no framework to be able to understand what it is. I want to say this is my favorite one in sarcasm, but it's the third one, which is irritability. Now, looking back, I thought maybe I probably am always irritable, but man, is it fucking unhinged in this stage of my life. My irritability, I have no fuse. I go from 0 to 100 in 1 second flat, and I'm snapping at people I love. And when I think, man, I don't want to be around insert person that I love dearly, I know something's wrong. And I know it's not all of a sudden that I've just developed a distaste or disdain for this person. It's my hormones, and it's exhausting, and it is directly related to progesterone, declining progesterone. And your declining progesterone is also potentially um, related to your inability to sleep, to stay asleep, to relax, sleep disruption, two systems failing all at once. See, now I want to say this is my favorite one because the next one, number 4, rage. Oh my God, the rage. Oh my God, sudden onset, disproportionate rage for a situation. Like, I have had it happen to me so many times in the last 6 months. I think it's a miracle people even want to be around me. And I know it's not me. And I can almost step out of my body and see it. Again, it's hormones. And according to all the books, this is the one where we feel the most shame about because, I mean, we're not taught that it's okay to have these strong emotions. Quite frankly, we were probably put in insane asylums at different periods of time for things like this. You know, sometimes it's funny the way the universe shows up for me, you, whomever. So I was talking to you about rage and I was like, what do I smell? What is going on? Oh, fuck. I burned some beans. I've been cooking beans and they wouldn't get soft no matter what I did. I don't know what I did wrong. I've cooked beans a million times, pinto beans, and all of a sudden they're fucking burning. And then I sat down, my chair rolled away from me, made my rage a little bit more. And then a fucking pop-up ad was over my screen and I couldn't see. And I was just like, yeah, this is perimenopausal rage. This is when I want to lose my shit and just quit. But I'm showing up here deeply in my own rage episode, but I can let it go. This is where I need to cue my reality transurfing stuff and let the potential induced transition just go on. Not always easy. All right, next symptom, I think this is 5, is depression and low mood. And I have had low moods in the past, but these are drastically different and I struggle to get out of them and feel like I'm being all consumed. Persistent flatness. Like I never understood what that meant until very recently. Sadness, dread, feeling dead inside, getting treated now for clinical depression when your hormones are the primary driver. That can induce rage in me. Like I went to my PCP, my primary care provider. No, I went to my nurse practitioner. And I was like, I am up and down and up and down and up and down. And she wanted to give me Lexapro. And I agreed to it, but then I thought about it and she had said it could be 10 days of feeling like shit. And I'm like, this isn't going to do anything for my hormones. No, I'm not doing this. So I'm not going to take it. And I'm going to increase my vitamin D. Again, not medical advice. This is what I'm doing for me. I'm increasing my vitamin D because I haven't been able to be outside because it's been crappy weather. And my B complex. And I'm going to make a concerted effort to get out into nature, especially now spring is coming in. But I just didn't want to take a pill that I feel like is a band-aid and isn't going to treat what's actually going on while I am on HRT. So it's just a matter of balancing out the HRT, which is a fucking mystery at best. 6, tearfulness. I've already always been a sensitive person. I don't know about you, but now it's more exaggerated. I could cry at the drop of a hat. I fluctuate between rage and anger and tearfulness. And it often, like the other things, comes on without a cause. And the symptom often gets minimized, passed over, not thought to be serious, but it is legitimate and it is related to hormones, and it is reported by women as a symptom side effect of perimenopause. 7. Loss, maybe you should sit down for this one. Loss of sense of self. How about you? Feeling like a stranger in your own body, or like your personality, all of a sudden, you don't recognize. Yeah, same. This is the one that women describe as very frightening. They don't recognize who they are. This can be very jarring if you have operated as one person, all of a sudden, all the other above symptoms hit, and this one, holy effing shirt balls. Like, you look in the mirror, you look the same, maybe. You are functioning, but the essentials inside your body just feel absent. It's very underrepresented. Why can't I talk today? Perimenopause? Underrepresented in conversations with doctors. And quite frankly, they don't know what to do about it. And they will, I don't know, probably recommend anti-anxiety or depression meds or tell you to go see a therapist, which I love my therapist, helps drastically. But she's not like a pill I can pop when shit happens. So understanding that this can occur can help you excel. Having people to talk to about this when it happens. All right. Symptom 8, low motivation and apathy. I was that high drive person, go, 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 go. And all of a sudden I'm like, fuck it all. I'm going to sit on this couch. I'm going to read some books and I don't give a fuck. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't always want to leave the house. I'll work out here. Low mood, apathy, not giving a fuck, losing my drive for life. Yeah. I was the girl who wanted to work out 5, 6, 7 days a week, maybe 2 a day. Gone. Doesn't exist. Losing my joy. Oh my God. I want my joy back. And I can see that it's wavering. Sometimes it's here. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should watch that Disney movie about emotions today. So my interest in things that I used to love often wavers too. But I notice it comes and it goes, and I'm sure it is related to specific hormones that are affecting my dopamine reward pathways. Isn't it so fun? So I am a reality transurfing follower, guru, lover, etc. So I always try to look at it through the lens of reality transurfing. So bear with me. Especially when I realize I'm on a hormone roller coaster. You might have seen me do it earlier when I was like, I'm not going to let this induced transition get to me. I'm not going to go down. I'm going to look at it and witness it. Now, this does not always work. I cannot always override my hormones, but I can look at my reality, understand that I am running a script that I possibly have been caught up in, that it's chaotic, and all the things out in my reality are seeking to sink their hooks into me. And sometimes it can get really loud, and sometimes it can feel distorted, and oftentimes I hate everything about it. But reality transurfing has made me who I am today. It's what I found after my first divorce, after being married for 17 years to my high school sweetheart. We'd been together for 20 years at the point in time that the divorce became final. One thing that I have started doing per a challenge on the International Reality Transurfing Institute's Facebook page is going back to something that has always helped me, which is an anomalous action challenge. Max, my partner, is doing it with me. If you don't know what an anomalous action challenge is, it's challenging yourself, in this case for 30 days, once a day at minimum, to do something out of the ordinary. If it's turning right instead of going left on the way to work, if it's going to work out at 5 p.m. instead of 5 a.m., if it's not eating meat for a day when you're on a carnivore diet, you see what I'm getting at? It's like that. It's not waiting to feel better, to engage with your reality, but it's building the field now in the middle of all the chaos. Now, please understand, this is not spiritual bypassing. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm suggesting. That is not the direction to go here. It's parallel tracking the physical reality and the energetic layer at the same time. It's I see myself, I see my reality. I am choosing to go a different direction. All right. So your hormones regulate your neurochemistry. Our brains are covered in estrogen receptors. And I think progesterone and testosterone, don't quote me on that today. I'm still learning too. But when they fluctuate, everything you feel fluctuates too. Yay. So, next episode, we are going to go over heart palpitations, the symptom that sends women to the ER the most and never gets connected to hormones. The amount of times I've worn heart monitors and gone to the doctor for that, I couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you. But it started in my 30s. It started when I was doing CrossFit. Nobody ever figured it out. And to see it now, to see the obviousness of it, is very frustrating. And I'm sure you too have stories like that. So, which of these 8 symptoms has shown up for you? Was it misdiagnosed, misattributed, ignored? Let me know in the comments. I want to have these conversations. I want to bring out all our stories, lay them out on Front Street, and get your reality to a place where you feel like you're living in your own skin. Now, if you haven't done something to love yourself today, please go do that. It's going to be different for all of us, but please go do that. If you don't know what that looks like, send me a message and I'm going to help a girl out. All right. Hey, girl. Hey, all my love. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.